AJ Shalom is the Humanist Giving Program Coordinator for Foundation Beyond Belief. She is a lifelong Humanistic Jew. In addition to her work at the Foundation Beyond Belief, she was an at-large member of the Board of Directors at the Society for Humanistic Judaism from 2000 to 2013, and recently finished 13 years as their Teen Outreach Coordinator. She has been featured on the blogs Parenting Beyond Belief, The Atheist Rabbi, and Foundation Beyond Belief. Please welcome AJ Shalom.
During this weekend, I'm sure you've heard a plethora of terms thrown around to describe this group that has come together. Secular, freethinker, agnostic, atheist, skeptic, humanist. We each get to choose the terms that best describe us because this collection of people is a diverse one. I can pick and choose many of these labels, but most of all, I am a believer. I say I'm a believer because I have very strong beliefs. These beliefs do not come from religious or biblical sources, but from strong moral grounds and strong convictions. How can we bring all of these different strong convictions together? Not all of us. I am not going to take on that task. But many in this room, as they've developed their own belief system that this is the only life we have, want to give back to those less fortunate than ourselves. Challenging the gap can mean many things. In the Foundation Beyond Belief blog, Brittany Schutz-Reinhard writes about how people gravitate to their own small group and hang on as tightly as possible. People are often unwilling to give up their allegiance to what they believe is the winning or the best group. Let's challenge the gap between these separate secular organizations within the broader community. Let's think of giving in multiple continuums: volunteering, charity, and philanthropy. We have volunteering, charity, and philanthropy, time or money and resources, or motivation, commitment, and passion. As we all move through our lives, we find that sometimes the resource that we have is time to volunteer and to give back in ways that are valuable not only to ourselves, but to the people we're helping. We hopefully can move along each continuum or be on different continuums at the same time. Having a great passion for a volunteer project, expressing a commitment to donate even a small amount to a specific charity, or having the motivation to amass the resources to become a philanthropist. But how can one become a philanthropist? This is not a position that many of us are in by ourselves. But perhaps one thing that we can do to unite most of our community could be cooperative philanthropy. Many of you know that Joe Klein, a journalist from Times Magazine, called out the atheist community for not mobilizing after the devastating tornadoes that hit near Oklahoma City. He wrote on June 24th, accusing atheists from not having an organized response to the disaster. However, reported on June 4th, an Oklahoma City pastor was handing out papers that essentially said the same thing. We had already responded to that accusation, so 3 weeks later, we had a very quick response to Joe Klein. I want to thank Kai Tancredi, Oklahoma resident, tornado volunteer, and blogger, who on both occasions sprang to set the record straight. Let me tell you what I was doing on the evening of the tornadoes. As the Humanist Giving Coordinator at Foundation Beyond Belief, I also work with the Humanist Crisis Response. We have many different programs that fit your needs and apply to the continuum. But in those early hours, as people were searching for kids in a destroyed school, many of us across the nation were looking for a way to help, feeling lost and very far away from Oklahoma. Continuing to be extremely stubborn, strong believers that we are, many of us want to make sure that our money that we're willing to give goes not only to an organization that will use the donation wisely, but also in an efficient and timely manner, and hopefully be secular in nature. I spent that evening researching secular charities in Oklahoma and across the nation of people responding to the disaster that we could recommend to humanist atheists and the secular community as an option for them to donate in light of this tragedy. Foundation Beyond Belief staff, including our founder and executive director, Dale McGowan, researched many options before choosing our two worthy organizations, Operation USA and the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma. I won't get into every single response to the Oklahoma tragedies that happened from our community, but just trust me, it was a significant response. Joe Klein wrote, "Funny how you don't see organized groups of secular humanists giving out hot meals, and there in the middle of it all, with a purposeful military swagger, were the volunteers of Team RUBICON." Klein wrote this even though later he claims to be a secular humanist, but not an atheist, since he believes there is a significant gap between those definitions. I challenge the gap that he creates. Team RUBICON is a group of veterans, military, and first responders who travel to disasters in the U.S. and abroad. Their mission is to look at disaster response as a quick military response. Hard work, moving quickly, and being efficient. Giving purposes to veterans young and old, from recent wars and past wars. No matter what you think of the military establishment, this organization is pretty incredible. And I know this firsthand because they were Foundation Beyond Belief's beneficiary for Superstorm Sandy. If they were our beneficiary, they have to be explicitly secular. And they are, so when Joe Klein is complaining that the secular organizations are not to be found in the response, he's highlighting a secular charity. So the secular community, including secular charities, people, and organizations, were a big part of the Oklahoma City response, even if Joe Klein didn't see it. Let us return to our curriculum, our continuum. For this crisis response, we had a large number of people with the motivation to each give an amount of money to cause a collective philanthropy. Not many could have raised the $45,000 on our own, but we did do it together. How about a different challenge? Can you raise $10,000 for one charity in 3 months? Collective philanthropy has been a buzzword within the philanthropic community for a couple of years now, and it has a couple of different definitions. It can mean governments, nonprofits, volunteers in small communities joining together to solve one problem, affordable housing or high school attendance or dropout rates. It can mean big philanthropic organizations, large charities, and large corporations coming to the table and coordinating their giving for the most impact. And it can also mean small groups of 20 to 30 people forming a giving circle that is democratic and collects and distributes money from their circle. Can this be a way for secular people, organizations, and Foundation Beyond Belief to come together, to move past our differences, and to challenge our own gap? It's happening. Let's talk a little bit about the Foundation Beyond Belief, because I care about it a lot. One of the most applicable parts of the Foundation Beyond Belief for the Secular Student Alliance groups is the Beyond Belief Network. The Beyond Belief networks help existing groups that co-affiliate with us get benefits, receive guidance, receive prizes, get help in organizing volunteer programs and fundraisers for different charitable organizations. Volunteer plus commitment equals passion. No money needed. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Light the Night Walk is Foundation Beyond Belief's coordinated national fundraising program. Light the Night is our most successful fundraiser. Last year, we had 1,300 walkers participating in 150 teams across the nation. We were the 4th highest fundraising team at the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society last year. Time, plus even a little bit of money, equals substantial resources. Foundation Beyond Belief officially launched in January 2010 with the Humanist Giving Program, the program that I lead now. The program was specifically designed to address concerns over a monetary giving gap between secular people and religious people. Studies have shown that religious people were more likely to give more of their income to charity than secular people. We are a large collective philanthropy. We are a large giving circle. We have over 1,400 members, each giving monthly amounts consistent with their own budgets, as low as $5 a month. Each of us, or maybe half of us, could afford just $5 a month. Every quarter, Foundation Beyond Belief provides its members with 5 possible beneficiaries that they can allocate their donations directly to. We do the research to make sure the organizations are secular, financially sound, effective, and innovative. We solicit the opinion of our members on charities who we should review for consideration and ask them to give us their opinions on some of our finalists. Here's another challenge. Can you alone raise $100,000 for not one, but many organizations in just 3 months? I'd like to tell you all about these fabulous organizations, but I don't have time. What does challenge the gap mean at Foundation Beyond Belief? It is very different than how I've been using the term. Or is it? Every quarter, we have one charity that is not secular, but comes from a religious worldview. Many religious charities are doing very good science-supported work across the world. We find these charities with the same criteria as our secular charities. However, they must not proselytize during the course of their work. We are challenging the gap that the secular community can not only connect through our own similarities, but also work with liberal religious organizations in an interfaith way to make an impact in this world. I want you to get a little bit more information about our Humanist Giving Program, and the best way to do that is to show you about our Q3 beneficiaries.
The members of Foundation Beyond Belief demonstrate humanism at its best by supporting efforts to improve this world and this life. Each quarter, we feature 5 outstanding charities, 1 each in the categories Poverty and Health, The Natural World, Education, Human Rights, and Challenge the Gap. Our members can distribute their donations any way they choose. Some focus on a single area, like human rights or poverty, while others split their donations among any combination of the 5 categories. The choice is always in their hands. Since our launch in 2010, our Humanist members and supporters have raised nearly $1 million for organizations working for a better world. This quarter in Poverty and Health, we're featuring Hesperian Health Guides, a nonprofit with a simple but powerful approach to a healthier world. Hesperian develops and distributes basic health guides in the local languages of communities that lack access to doctors and professional facilities. It's an effective approach to preventing and curing disease, one that empowers people in the developing world by putting the best of human medical knowledge in their hands. Our natural world beneficiary is EcoHealth Alliance. EcoHealth uses science-based solutions to protect global health and safeguard ecosystems around the world. They sponsor a wide variety of projects, such as preventing infectious disease pandemics, exposing the illegal wildlife trade, promoting conservation medicine, and supporting the protection of key species. In education, our featured charity is the Women's Global Education Project, an organization addressing education, health, and human rights issues in Senegal and Kenya. Their programs have impacted at least 4,000 girls and women and their families. Among their projects are scholarships helping girls attend school, adult literacy programs, and a powerful effort opposing female genital mutilation. This quarter's human rights beneficiary is Cure Violence, an innovative organization that looks at violence prevention in a whole new way, as a public health issue. They work to reverse the spread of violence by using the methods and strategies of disease control, detection and interruption of the spread, identifying individual transmitters, and chasing social norms in the communities where violence occurs. This approach has been so effective that Global Journal ranked Cure Violence 9th on its list of the top 100 NGOs for 2013. Those 4 categories only feature secular charities, so members who only want to support secular charities can easily do so. But many of our members like the idea of expressing humanistic generosity across lines of belief. So we created a 5th category called Challenge the Gap, which features one charity each quarter that's based in another worldview. To be considered, the charity must work for the common good and must never proselytize their religion. This quarter's Challenge the Gap charity is American Friends Service Committee, the umbrella organization for Quaker charities in the United States. Quakers have a long, impressive history of social justice activism without proselytizing. Current AFSC initiatives include immigration reform, opposing the privatization of prisons, supporting expanded Medicaid coverage, and teaching community-based conflict resolution. Foundation Beyond Belief is a 100% pass-through organization, meaning every dollar donated to our featured charities goes to those charities. If you are a secular person looking for a community of compassionate humanists, join us for as little as $5 a month at foundationbeyondbelief.org. Foundation Beyond Belief, Humanist Giving.
So that tells you about our quarter 3 beneficiaries that we are currently supporting. You can imagine each quarter we have 5 beneficiaries that are just as amazing and committed to the work that they're doing as those 5. So I've asked you along the way if you could raise $10,000 in 3 months for your favorite charity. I've also asked you if you could raise $100,000 in 3 months to support multiple charities. Foundation Beyond Belief reached those 2 milestones last quarter, giving our first 2 $10,000 grants to our beneficiaries and raising over $100,000 in just 3 months. Can you raise $1 million in 3.5 years? Well, I'm proud to announce that today is the day where Foundation Beyond Belief reached and exceeds $1 million in donations distributed to our beneficiaries. You are the ones to officially know first. We couldn't do it alone, but together we achieved this tremendous amount. Now I need all of you to go and help us promote what we have achieved. Go to Twitter at FoundBB and tweet our news. Like us on Facebook and share our announcement. Help us get 1 million views of our $1 million milestone. Use the hashtag, the first million. Also, get involved in our organizations. We need you. Register your group for the Beyond Belief Network. It doesn't cost anything. Sign up and raise money for cancer research at the Light the Night Walk. Or find just $5 a month in your budgets to give to our Humanist Giving Program. All of these things can be done today at our table in the lobby. I'd like to conclude with a quote. Muhammad Ali once said, "The shortest poem is me, we." Thank you very much. Any questions? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
The video that you just showed, when was it made?
It went up about 8 days ago, but it's up in 2 different locations.
Okay.
So I know another view had like 100 views.
So do you have your YouTube channel? I'm assuming that you do.
We do. I don't know if I pulled up the foundation. There's the Foundation Beyond Belief YouTube channel, and there's the videographer. So I don't know which one I pulled up, but it's the same video. Anybody else? Yeah?
Can we actually sign up for donations today at the booth?
Yep, absolutely. So we can just pull up the website and we can show you how to do that.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions? Well, thank you very much. And if you do have any other questions, I'll be around at the table to answer them.